guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another juicy story time for you guys. But before we get into all of that, I think we need to turn up just a little bit because I'm feeling real good today, y'all. I'm going to be honest, I'm feeling real good today. And I hope you guys are feeling good as well. Now that we got that out the way, y'all, because you know Doja is my girl. I love her to death, y'all. I swear I listen to her every single day. As soon as I'm in the shower, I always put my Doja on and I'll be turned, y'all. Now, let's get into it. This story time is going to be about the time when my DL boyfriend's baby mom caught us. Now, y'all, just a brief disclaimer. I do not stand for guys cheating on their girlfriends or having a girlfriend while they're dealing with me. I had no idea that this guy, who I've known for quite some time now, to have a whole child and a baby mom. It was a shock to her and it was a shock to me. Let's give this guy a name before we start. Let's call this guy Trey. I like the name Trey. I actually think that I would name one of my children Trey if I had a boy. So I'll give him the name Trey. This story really starts way back to I was 16, 15 at the time. So this started way back then. Trey was 18 at that time. We met on Instagram. I think he followed me first and I followed him back. And we became really close. We started FaceTiming, we started texting every day, and we really became good friends first. Trey was really handsome, y'all. He was really tall. He had tats down his arm. You guys know my type by now, and I like him tall. I think Trey was 6'2", 6'3". He had the waves, y'all. He's brown skin. He had big lips. He was just really, really handsome, y'all. And when I first got in contact with him and we started being friends, I was really shocked because, mind you, I'm 15, 16. He's 18.
Well, just as I thought, trash.
I was really shocked, y'all, because at 15, 16, this is when I first start coming into my sexuality. And I will make sure that I tell you guys my coming out story as well. So be on the lookout for that video. My confidence definitely wasn't where it is now. So I was slightly insecure at 15, 16. So me having a guy who I deemed to be beautiful, feeling me at that time, I was a little shocked. I was a little baffled. So me and Trey are cooling, we talk almost every day. And this lasted for a good, I think, 2 years, 3 years, y'all. We lasted a very long time of us becoming just really close. And eventually he became my boyfriend in between there. But we never really said we're together. Well, we did say we're together. But we never really said you're my boyfriend, I'm your boyfriend. We didn't do that, but I was being 100% loyal to him, and I thought at that time he was being 100% loyal to me. Now, mind you, in that 2 to 3 years, I believe that we did have little moments where we would get mad at each other and we would just stop talking, but they never really lasted longer than 2 weeks, I would say, because we was always in communication. I say that I was in love with him. Now that I look at it, it really wasn't love. I have a toxic trait of really liking the idea of a person, but not really loving them. I just love the idea of them. So I've been learning to grow past that, but at that time, I really didn't think that I was in love with this boy. Let's fast forward until when this actually happened, the time where she caught us. I've been over to his house before when he lived with his mom, but once he moved out of his mom's house, he told me that he moved into his own apartment. So I was cool with that. I was like, oh, he got his own apartment. He had his own car. I was like, okay, cool. He's a grown man, y'all. The day that I went over to his house for the first time, not his house, his apartment, same difference though. I went over to his apartment. The day was June 5th, 2020. So I'm going to show you guys the messages as well so we can read along together, guys. He goes, hey, what's up? I say, hey. He said, what you doing? I said, I just got in the house. How about you? Saying he just came back from Delaware. I think that he was going down to Delaware because he was doing some type of job down there. I don't remember this time though because he was gone for a month where he was just in Delaware and he was working. I said, okay, did you have fun? I tried everything closed over there. I was trying to see if you busy. I said, no, I'm not. He said, you're trying to meet up tonight. He had called me after that text and he asked me to come over his apartment. I was absolutely for it. I have never been with a guy where they had their own apartment. This was my first actual situation where A guy had literally all his own stuff. During this time, most of the guys that I was dealing with, they were my age. He was a little bit older than me, so he had his own car, had his own apartment, and you know, I was attracted to that. So after he calls me and he tells me time to come over and stuff, I start to get ready. After I'm dressed and stuff, he texts me and says he's outside, so I'm like, cool. So I went down and we got in the car. Y'all, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Trey was like a complete gentleman to me. When I get in the car, he would compliment me, ask me how my day was. He was just really, really nice. Then he had asked me when I'm in the car, he was like, do you want something to eat? I'm like, cool. So he's like, oh, let's go to Chick-fil-A. So I went to Chick-fil-A, guys. We waited in that long line. I know Chick-fil-A line always long. Chick-fil-A line is wrapped around the building. And I remember that day, I was so mad in his car. I was like, we really gotta sit in this long behind line. But because I was hungry and that's what he wanted and I kind of wanted it too, I was like, fine. We can sit in this long line. So we waited in that long line, we got our food, and we're just sitting in the parking lot of Chick-fil-A, and we're just talking and eating, you know. Me and Trey, we never really did anything like that sexual except for kissing. I mean, we've touched and stuff, but we've never actually done anything. In that 2 to 3 years, we have not done anything sexual except for kissing and stuff. Cause we had a few link-ups, you know, in his car or whatever before this, but they don't really matter because they really didn't go anywhere because I was kind of scary at this time. So while we're sitting in the parking lot talking and eating and stuff, he's telling me that he really likes me. He really likes where we are now. Cause this is like right off of like one of those breaks that we had. And I feel like now this is when we both knew what we want out of each other. And now we're like, we gotta stop playing these games. So I knew what I wanted and he knew what he wanted and we both wanted each other.
I'm not playing with you. I want my eggs cracked, meaning I want a child. I want my name dropped, meaning I want to be married. I'm not around with you.
So he asked me, like, how do I feel about having sex with him? Like, do I feel like I'm ready or not? I really was down to do something with this guy, y'all, honestly. And I was actually excited for it because throughout this whole time, we've never done anything. So we leave the parking lot of Chick-fil-A and we're driving towards his house. His house is like 40 minutes away from mine. Like, he lives in like his apartment, like, all the way on the other side of town. And you know, Trey is one of them drivers where like, you know how them hood niggas will lean back and had a seat all the way back, one arm on the steering wheel, blasting their music. And I'm just over there, you know, I'm sitting here like this with my legs crossed in his seat. And you know, I'm feeling like a real track queen. I think at one point in time, he had his hand on my legs.
Oh, his dick is big. I know it. I know it's big. I mean, oh God, my heart hurts.
We pulled up to his house, y'all. His apartment actually was really nice. It was a real cute apartment, y'all. When we walked in, you know, he had his living room set. It was real cute. He had his TV on the wall. So I sit on the couch, right, y'all, and he comes to sit on the couch next to me. He's like, let's watch a movie. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's watch a movie. And at this time, I'm really liking this boy. So, you know, when you like a person, like, you just can't stop staring at them. And that's the type of person I am. Like, when I like somebody, I get real clingy. I'm laying on his shoulder, you know, rubbing his back and stuff. And we're just watching a movie, y'all. We chilling real hard. I'm feeling the vibe. The vibe is there, y'all. We real cool. And we're so comfortable with each other. Like, I felt as if at that time, this was my boyfriend, y'all. I really liked him, y'all. I really liked him.
I know you don't want to hear this, but I'm back in love. I can't leave him.
You're gonna leave him. Did he choose you?
No, he didn't.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
Like midway through the movie, y'all, you know, I'm rubbing on him still. I'm rubbing his head. He had waves, y'all. Let me stay focused, because, you know, I could really go all day about how handsome this boy really was. But, you know, I'm rubbing on him, and then he starts rubbing on my leg, you know, and he was so sweet, y'all. Like, he would always make sure I'm okay. He was one of them type of guys. Like, he would always make sure I'm okay, always check on me. And even while I'm sitting here in his house, every 5 minutes, he's like, you good, right? You cool? How you feeling? So as always, the rubbing led to him kissing on my neck. So now we're making out. So while we're kissing and stuff, you know, he's pulling my pants down. He's rubbing all over me. And I'm really feeling the vibe. At that time, I thought I was in love. So I was really feeling it. At this point, he turns the movie off and he puts like his speaker on for the music, and he turns his music on. So we're just on the couch, we making out, and y'all, the vibes, it's hot. It's real spicy in here, y'all. Real spicy. So while he's playing the music, his phone rings and he keeps just, you know, denying the call, going back to what we were doing.
Red flag.
My dumb, naive self, not really thinking, I'm just going with it. Just going with it looking stupid. When I should have been like, who's calling your phone? Like, who is that? So after I was making out for a good another like 5 minutes of just kissing and stuff, his phone rings again.
Red flag.
He denies the call again. We go back to what we're doing, and now guys, we're both basically naked on this couch. And you know, we're making out, we're kissing. And just when in my head, I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to go down on him. We hear a knock at the door. This is not a regular knock, y'all. This is like one of them SWAT team policeman knocks. This whoever it is pounding on the door. They are really pounding on this door. At first, I just sit back and I'm just like looking like, are you gonna go get the door? And he's just sitting there and he looks like he's in shock.
Red flag.
So he gets up and he goes over to the door. He opens the door, y'all. This girl bum rushes in the door. She starts going off.
You need to back up. You need to back up. You getting too close. You getting too close. Yeah.
She starts going off on him, y'all. She looks at me and she starts going off on him, hands in his face, yada, yada, yada. That's when I heard her say the faggot word.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's when I felt like I had to get my stuff and get on out of there because I did not want to be in the middle of no mess. And I felt like if she kept on saying that word and I started to pop my mouth, it would have got ugly in that room, y'all. It would have got real bad. I ain't saying I'm going to fight a girl, but what I am saying is I definitely would have spoken up for myself. So I grabbed my phone, you know, I get my little bag that I had, and I start gathering up my stuff like I'm about to leave. All he's saying back is like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing all that? You need to chill. You need to go. Eventually, I put 2 and 2 together. Like, this must be his girlfriend. So let me get on up out of here. I haven't even began to start wrapping my mind around the fact that, like, not only if this is his girlfriend that he's cheating on her, but he's cheating on me because I had no idea that you existed, sis. From my knowledge, this is my man.
My first thing was like, do I slap the dog out of her?
She yells the words, I can't believe you would do this to our daughter.
Bitch, you know what? See, I think you trying me. I think you really trying to fuck with me. You fucking with my money. And you gonna stand up there and look down at me like you're a motherfucking woman? I'ma show you what real women do, bitch.
As she says that, I'm on my way walking like towards the door and my heart just dropped. I was in shock, y'all. I was flabbergasted because I'm like this really can't be happening. Like this is like out of a movie. I couldn't believe that it was me in this situation. Like, he could have told me that he had a kid or whatever the case may be. So I don't understand why you would hide something like that. I carry on and I walk out the door, y'all. And now as I walk out the door, they got the neighbors outside looking out their door. I think this is like this little older white lady. She's looking out her door looking scared, being nosy. And I leave, y'all. I go down and I call my Uber and I get up out of there. While I'm in my Uber ride home, y'all, he's blowing up my phone, texting me, FaceTiming me. He's texting me saying, it's not even like that. Just come back while you leave. I really wasn't ready to deal with the situation right then and there. Like I was in this mode where like I kind of just like shut down because I didn't know what to believe. And I didn't even sit there in enough time to get the answer. So I just was in a shutdown mode, y'all. I didn't know what was going on. I was still wrapping my head around like what happened. So I get home and he's still blowing up my phone, y'all. He's still texting me and stuff. I get in the house and I take my clothes off and I lay in the bed. Laying in the bed, what I make up in my head is the fact that that must be his girlfriend and they must have a child together and a life together. So then he FaceTimes me and I answer and he's just like, it's not my girl, that's just my baby mom. I don't know why she would pop up here. She's supposed to have my daughter today. Daughter? Did you not feel the need to tell me that you had a child? Like, we've been knowing each other for 2 to 3 years now, and you never mentioned you having a child or nothing. So I'm saying to him, like, why did you never tell me? Like, why would you put me in a predicament where I'm just, like, completely left out of this news? Like, you could have just simply told me that you had a child. Now, mind you, I don't know how I would have taken that information because I don't want to deal with somebody that has a kid. At that time, I didn't want to play stepdad with nobody's child. So if he had told me that when I first met him, or even if in between our relationship, I probably would have been like, yeah, I can't deal with that. But he should have still given me that option. He never gave me that option by not telling me. So I'm telling him that, I'm like, you could have told me, like, why didn't you tell me that? So he goes on and says we wasn't talking at the time, we was mad at each other, and then when you came back, I didn't feel like I had to tell you.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
You didn't feel like you had to tell me. Why wouldn't you feel like you had to tell me that? That's like a major piece of information that you should tell somebody that you're talking to every day that clearly likes you, who thinks you guys are in a relationship. At this point, I'm just mad, y'all. I hang up on the phone with him and I'm just pissed. And when something like this, something emotional as this happens, I tend to like emotionally shut down. So I didn't cry or anything, but I was extremely mad. And because I was so mad, I felt the need that I just need to go to sleep. I would probably wait there for a good 30 minutes without going to sleep. And you know, he's still texting me, blowing up my phone and stuff, trying to get me to get back on FaceTime with him. And I'm just ignoring it. Then I look at my phone and I see that I'm getting called from this random number. And this number keeps calling me back to back to back. Mind you, I'm thinking it was him this whole time. It was this random number calling me. Then I received this text. And in this text, this girl says, so did you know Trey has a girlfriend? Mind you guys, he told me that was his baby mom, not his girlfriend. After I texted her back and said I didn't know, she started calling me, and I honestly wasn't in the mood to talk to her because I felt like I was gonna cuss her out. So I was ignoring her. I ended up placing both of them on the block list, and honestly at this point I was just so like emotionally shut down that I was just ready to move on from the situation. I didn't know what to say or how to address it. How mature I am now, I definitely would have made my feelings known. But back then, I was still immature. So I very much just blocked them both and just was ready to move on with my life and not really deal with my feelings. So I believe the next couple of like weeks, I was just, you know, I was really like done with niggas. I'm so sick and tired of dealing with like men who still deal with girls. Like maybe I need to go and start dealing with these queens. Even though I never really had luck with them either. I'm like, obviously, this is not working out right. Maybe I need to go start dating girls.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
No, really, y'all. Because, like, I don't understand, like, when you're dealing with these guys, they always come with so much. And like, I had put all of my trust into this guy, so I really wasn't expecting this. He did ended up getting in contact with me. I believe he made, like, a fake page on Instagram, and he started texting me. I'm going to get into more what happened with Trey after this in part 2 of this story time, because this is not the end, y'all. It's not the end for this guy, unfortunately, even though I should have just kept on blocking him. My dumb self decided to let him back. But I will be telling you guys more about Trey. You'll definitely hear from Trey in future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.